moves in Tokyo, not with suddenness, but with persistence. The city is vast, its surface is endless, its rhythm continuous. The first light does not reveal a spectacle, but a field of constancy. Streets aligned, towers rising, trains arriving, people moving. Each form resembles the next. Each motion mirrors the others. The day begins not in noise, but in repetition. The sun falls across the city in layers. Glass towers reflect it, railways carry it, gardens absorb it. The contrast between old and new, between wood and steel, between shrine and skyscraper, is constant, yet softened by the scale. The city is not a story of opposites, but of coexistence. Tradition persists, modernity endures, and together they form a rhythm. Tokyo is immense. It extends outward in every direction, merging districts, absorbing villages, stretching into landscapes of buildings and roads. Its geography is not confined to one centre, but distributed into many. Shinjuku, Shibuya, Ginza, Asakusa, Ueno, each is a centre, each a world, each a rhythm. Together they form a city without end, a geometry of persistence. The rivers cut through the city in steady lines. The Sumida flows toward the bay, crossed by bridges that repeat in sequence. The Kanda curves through neighbourhoods, its banks lined with railways, its waters reflecting steady motion. The Tama lies at the edge, its surface broad, its flow constant. Each river resembles the next, each bridge mirrors the others, each reflection persists. Parks and gardens form intervals within the city's expanse. Shinjuku Gyoen, with its lawns and ordered trees. Ueno Park, with its museums and ponds. Hamarikyu, with its saltwater inlets and tea houses. Yoyogi, with its open fields and steady rows. Each park resembles the next in its geometry, each one an interruption that is also continuity. At the heart lies the Imperial Palace. Its moats encircle gardens, its bridges cross water, its trees form dense masses. By day, the walls endure, the gates remain, the grounds persist in order. Around it, Marunouchi rises with towers of steel and glass, their facades repeating in grids of windows. The palace and the towers together form the rhythm of the city. Tradition constant, modernity constant, persistence unbroken. Movement defines the city. Trains arrive, depart, return. Subways extend beneath the ground, their lines regular, their intervals steady. Buses, taxis, bicycles, pedestrians, each follows rhythm. At Shibuya Crossing, thousands move at once, yet the movement is ordered, repeated, predictable. The crossing is not chaos, it is geometry. The crowd becomes pattern, the motion becomes constancy. The architecture of Tokyo is varied, yet by day its variety softens into repetition. Glass towers mirror one another, their windows aligned. Concrete blocks rise in sequence, their balconies repeating. Wooden shrines persist, their torii gates aligned, their gravel paths raked into order. The city's materials differ, but its rhythm unites them. It endures as geometry, as persistence, as calm. Tokyo is not a city of monuments alone. It is a city of neighbourhoods, of districts, of endless continuity. In Yanaka, narrow lanes lined with small shops and temples. In Ginza, broad avenues lined with luxury facades. In Akihabara, signs and electronics subdued into repetition. In Shinjuku, towers and alleys, both persisting. Each district is a fragment of the same rhythm, a variation within the constancy. The sea frames the city to the east. Tokyo Bay receives the rivers, holds the ports, supports the bridges. Its surface is calm, its rhythm steady. Odaiba rises upon it, with malls and towers, but by day they merge into outline, into geometry. The bay persists, the city endures. its rhythms visible. Streets, towers, rivers, gardens, all endure, all repeat, all calm. The city does not demand attention, it offers constancy. In constancy lies calm, and in calm lies rest. This guide begins with that impression. The city is vast, but its vastness is steady. The districts will follow. Asakusa and its temples, Shinjuku and its towers, Ginza and its avenues, Shibuya and its crossings. Each will appear, each will persist, each will soften into rhythm. The journey will unfold, but it will not excite. It will endure, like the city itself, steady and soporific. And so, Tokyo in daylight reveals itself, not as chaos, but as geometry, not as noise, but as rhythm, not as spectacle, but as persistence. The city begins, the guide begins, the rhythm begins. Asakusa lies in the northeast of Tokyo, a district that preserves traces of the city's older character. By day, it is one of the most visited places in the capital, yet beneath its activity remains a structure of rhythm and constancy. Streets extend in ordered lines, temples persist in their repetition, markets continue their sequences. What is variety by day becomes, when observed slowly, continuity. The heart of Asakusa is Sensō-ji, Tokyo's oldest temple, founded in the 7th century and rebuilt many times after fire, war, and time. The temple stands not as a relic, but as persistence. Its gates, its halls, its pagoda, all endure, all repeat their forms, all guide the visitor into rhythm. Approach begins with Kaminarimon, the Thunder Gate. Its red pillars rise vertical, its lantern hangs heavy, its statues stand silent. By day, the lantern glows with sunlight, the statues persist in shadow. Each pillar resembles the next, each form repeats. The gate ceases to be entry, it becomes geometry. Passing beneath it, the rhythm continues. Beyond lies Nakamise-dori, the shopping street that leads toward the temple. Its shops stand in sequence, each narrow, each aligned. Their shutters open by day, their goods displayed, fans, sweets, masks, charms. Yet the structure remains constant, shop after shop, facade after facade, awning after awning. The repetition calms. The visitor may see variety, but the rhythm dominates. Each stall is different, but each impression is the same. The street continues, leading toward Hōzōmon, the second great gate. Its pillars repeat the form of the first, its lanterns hang in symmetry, its statues mirror those behind. The passage is not change, but continuation. The rhythm persists. Inside the main hall, the Hondo rises with its roof wide and curved. Its eaves extend in repetition, its tiles align, its beams support. By day, the hall is filled with smoke from incense, with visitors casting prayers, with hands pressed and heads bowed. Yet even in this activity, the hall persists as constancy. Its columns are steady, its roof unchanging, its presence patient. The hall ceases to be movement, it becomes endurance. Beside the main hall rises the 5-story pagoda. Its tiers ascend one upon the other, each roof repeating the same form, each eave mirroring the next. The pagoda does not dazzle, it persists. Its rhythm is vertical, its constancy unbroken. Each tier resembles the others, each shadow repeats. The structure becomes calm, its presence soporifero. Around the temple grounds, smaller shrines and statues stand in order. Paths lead to them, gravel raked, lanterns aligned. The repetition continues. Shrine after shrine, lantern after lantern, stone after stone. The grounds are not variety, they are rhythm. The atmosphere of Asakusa is also shaped by the Sumida River flowing nearby. Its bridges extend in arcs, their spans repeating. destruction and rebuilding. Its persistence is its meaning. What visitors see today is not the original, but the continuation. The temple is not a single structure, it is rhythm itself, built, rebuilt, preserved, repeated. It endures not as monument, but as constancy. Asakusa extends beyond the temple, into streets of shops, theatres and houses. By day, stalls offer food, souvenirs, crafts. By night, shutters close, silence endures. Yet in both, the structure is the same. Street after street, shop after shop, facade after facade. The district is not spectacle, it is pattern. The rickshaws that line Nakamise are another rhythm. Each cart resembles the next, each wheel mirrors its neighbour, each driver waits in sequence. They are movement, but also repetition. They become part of the constancy of the place. The sound of the district is subdued into rhythm as well. Footsteps along Nakamise, voices in steady murmur, bells of the temple ringing at intervals. Each sound repeats, each impression returns. The district is not chaos, it is cadence. Asakusa is also known for festivals, especially the Sanja Matsuri, when the streets fill with mikoshi, portable shrines carried through the crowds. But beyond those days, the district persists in its ordinary rhythm. The festival is spectacle, but the structure is constancy. Even in celebration, repetition dominates. Shrine after shrine, chant after chant, step after step. The temple grounds, the gates, the pagoda, the shops, the shrines, the river, all merge into rhythm. Each element resembles the others. Each impression repeats. Asakusa is not merely history, it is persistence. Its identity lies not in spectacle, but in constancy. The observer, walking slowly, does not encounter surprise. Kaminarimon resembles Hōzōmon. Hōzōmon resembles the Hondo. The pagoda repeats its tiers. The shops repeat their forms. The shrines repeat their lamps. The district endures, and in its endurance lies calm. And so, Asakusa and Sensō-ji, by day, become the first chapter of Tokyo's rhythm. The temple does not proclaim, it persists. The district does not dazzle, it endures. The visitor does not find variety, but repetition. In repetition lies calm. In calm lies rest. The journey continues, but already the rhythm is steady, the cadence soporifero. Ueno lies to the northeast of central Tokyo, a district shaped by culture, learning, and broad spaces of order. By day, it is one of the city's main cultural centres, with museums, a zoo, and a large park that has endured since the late 19th century. Yet beyond its activity, Ueno persists as rhythm. Its paths extend, its trees align, its facades repeat. The impression is not spectacle, but constancy. The entrance to Ueno Park begins at Ueno Station, a major hub where trains arrive and depart in continuous cadence. By day, the platforms are filled with passengers, but the rhythm is steady. Train, pause, departure, arrival. Beyond the station, the park opens as an expanse of ordered trees and wide paths. The contrast between transport and park is not abrupt, but continuous. Movement becomes stillness, stillness becomes rhythm. Ueno Park is broad, laid out with paths that cross in symmetry. Trees form rows, their trunks vertical, their crowns spreading in order. In spring, cherry blossoms cover the branches, their petals falling in repetition, one after the other. In autumn, the leaves turn red and gold, falling in steady rhythm. In summer, the foliage thickens, forming shade in constancy. In winter, the branches endure in outline, their forms persistent against the sky. The park does not vary in essence, it persists through cycles. At the centre of the park lies Shinobazu Pond, divided into sections. Its waters flowing steadily. The pond does not alter, it endures as water, as surface, as rhythm. Boats may cross, birds may fly, but the impression is constant. Beside the pond stands Bentendō, a temple dedicated to Benzaiten, goddess of fortune and art. Its octagonal form rises above the water, its roof tiled, its lanterns aligned. By day, visitors enter and leave. Incense burns, prayers are offered. Yet the structure persists. Wall after wall, pillar after pillar, lamp after lamp. The temple is not variety, it is repetition. The park also contains the Tokyo National Museum, the city's oldest and most extensive. Its buildings rise with facades aligned, windows repeating, roofs spreading in symmetry. By day, the galleries hold artifacts of centuries, paintings, sculptures, ceramics, kimonos, yet the museum itself persists as structure, hall after hall, corridor after corridor. Each gallery resembles the next, each impression repeats. The variety within is absorbed into the rhythm of rooms. The museum ceases to be spectacle, it becomes endurance. Nearby stands the National Museum of Western Art, designed by Le Corbusier. Its form is modern, its facades of concrete, its windows arranged in grids. By day, the structure receives light, but its rhythm remains constant. Wall after wall, frame after frame, the repetition dominates. The building does not dazzle, it endures. The Ueno Zoo, Japan's first, also lies within the park. By day, it is filled with movement, families walking, animals visible in enclosures. Yet beneath the activity lies rhythm. Cage after cage, path after path, enclosure after enclosure. The zoo persists as geometry, its impression constant. The animals themselves follow cycles, moving, resting, feeding, repeating. The zoo is not chaos, it is cadence. The park also contains memorials and shrines. The statue of Saigo Takamori stands with its dog, a figure of persistence. The Toshogu Shrine, dedicated to Tokugawa Ieyasu, endures with its gate and lanterns, each aligned, each repeating. The memorials, the shrines, the statues, they do not vary, they persist. The pathways of Ueno Park form a network, each resembling the next, each bordered by trees, each illuminated by lamps. Walking through them is not discovery, but repetition. The park endures as order, as geometry, as rhythm. Beyond the park lies Ameya Yokocho, the market street. By day, its stalls sell food, clothing, goods of all kinds. The voices rise, the goods vary, but the structure persists. Stall after stall, awning after awning, facade after facade. The variety dissolves into rhythm. The market ceases to be spectacle, it becomes pattern. Ueno Station itself is part of this rhythm. Trains arrive, depart, return, platforms fill, empty, fill again. The repetition is constant, the cadence unbroken. The station is not chaos, it is geometry of motion. The impression of Ueno is one of persistence. The park persists through seasons, the museums through centuries, the zoo through cycles, the market through days, the station through intervals. Each element resembles the others in rhythm, in constancy, in endurance. The district does not proclaim variety, it offers sameness. Trees align, paths repeat, facades endure, sounds cycle. The visitor encounters not surprise, but continuity. In continuity lies calm, and in calm lies rest. And so, Ueno becomes the second chapter of Tokyo's daytime rhythm. Its park, its museums, its pond, its shrines, its station, all merge into geometry, into cadence, into persistence. The district does not dazzle, it endures. In its endurance lies calm. In calm lies the path toward rest. Yanaka lies to the north of Ueno, a district that preserves the texture of old Tokyo. By day, its streets are narrow, its facades modest, its atmosphere subdued. Unlike the broad avenues of Ginza or the towers of Shinjuku, Yanaka persists as a village within the metropolis. It is not spectacle, it is continuity. The impression is of endurance, of a rhythm that has not vanished, of a calm that remains. The streets of Yanaka are narrow and aligned irregularly. They do not follow the precise grids of the ensemble in Barcelona or the planned order of central Tokyo. They curve slightly, they narrow, they expand, but always they repeat in texture. Paving stones extend in lines, facades align in modest sequence, lamps are placed at intervals. The streets are not variety, they are rhythm. Wooden houses with tiled roofs persist in the district. By day, their wooden facades are dark, their tiles aligned, their balconies modest. Each house resembles the next, each roof mirrors its neighbour, each impression repeats. The modern city surrounds Yanaka, but within, the persistence of older forms endures. Temples are scattered throughout the district. Kaneji, once vast, now smaller, endures with its gates, its lanterns, its paths. Smaller temples line the streets, each with stone lanterns, each with wooden gates, each with gravel paths. The repetition of forms dominates. Gate, lantern, hall, tree. Each temple is different, yet each impression is the same. The temples do not dazzle, they endure. Yanaka Cemetery is another part of this rhythm. Its paths extend in straight lines, its graves align, its trees stand in rows. By day, the cemetery is calm, its stones repeating, its lanterns aligned. Cherry trees line its paths, their blossoms falling in spring, their leaves colouring in autumn, their branches bare in winter. Yet the cycle is not variety, it is persistence. The cemetery is not sorrow, it is rhythm. Shops in Yanaka are modest. Small stores sell crafts, sweets, daily goods. By day, their shutters are open, their awnings extended, their goods displayed, yet their structure remains constant. Facade after facade, shop after shop, awning after awning. The variety of goods dissolves into sameness of form. The market is not spectacle, it is pattern. Yanaka is often described as nostalgic, a trace of the city before modernisation, before towers and glass. Yet what defines it is not nostalgia, but rhythm. The wooden houses, the temples, the narrow streets, the cemetery, they do not proclaim the past, they persist in the present. Their repetition is their meaning, their constancy, their value. The sound of the district is subdued. Footsteps on paving stones, the occasional bicycle passing, the faint bell of a temple. Each sound repeats, each cadence returns. The district is not silence, but rhythm softened. The impression of Yanaka is of calm. It does not seek attention. It does not demand spectacle. It endures quietly, its forms repeating, its spaces persisting. The visitor walks not through variety, but through continuity. Each street resembles the next, each temple mirrors the other, each facade repeats. The experience is soporifero, steady, calm. Yanaka is also part of the area known as Shitamachi, the low city, where the atmosphere of old Tokyo remains. In its modest houses, its narrow lanes, its small shops, the district persists as a fragment of continuity. It is not a preserved museum, it is lived repetition. People reside here, shops function, temples are visited, yet all within rhythm, all within constancy. The cemetery, the temples, the shops, the houses, the streets, all merge into sameness. The district does not dazzle, it endures. Its endurance is soothing, its persistence calming. The observer, walking slowly, enters not a story, but a rhythm. The rhythm is patient, the cadence steady. In its constancy lies calm, and in calm lies rest. And so, Yanaka becomes the third chapter of Tokyo's daytime rhythm. The narrow lanes, the temples, the cemetery, the shops, all persist as repetition, as geometry, as calm. The district does not excite. It soothes. It does not vary. It endures. In its endurance lies the essence of rest. At the centre of Tokyo, enclosed by moats and framed by stone walls, lies the Imperial Palace. By day, it does not dominate the skyline as a tower or monument might. Instead, it endures as space, as enclosure, as rhythm. The surrounding gardens, the bridges, the gates, the water, all form patterns that repeat, that persist, that soothe. The palace is not spectacle, it is geometry. Approach begins from Marunouchi, the district of tall office towers that frame the eastern edge. Glass facades reflect the sun. Windows repeat in vertical grids. Structures rise in constancy. From this field of repetition, the palace grounds emerge as contrast, yet not disruption. Towers become trees, glass becomes leaves, concrete becomes stone. Both persist, both endure. The moats surround the palace, filled with water that reflects sky and trees. By day, the surface ripples, yet the rhythm is steady. Wave, pause, return. The stone walls rise above the moats, their blocks aligned, their angles repeating. The walls do not vary, they endure. The water and the stone together form constancy, persistence, calm. Bridges cross the moats in ordered intervals. The most known, Nijūbashi, extends with arches that reflect in the water, forming circles, forming symmetry. By day, visitors stand before it, taking photographs, but the bridge itself remains unchanged. Arch after arch, stone after stone, reflection after reflection. The bridge is not spectacle, it is repetition. The gates of the palace stand at intervals along the walls. Each has its name, its form, its history. Otomon, Sakuradamon, Kikyomon. Each repeats the structure of roof, of gatehouse, of passage. Each resembles the others, each persists. The gates are not variety, they are rhythm. The East Gardens are open to the public, forming one of the city's most ordered spaces of greenery. Paths extend in straight lines, lawns spread in broad surfaces, trees align in rows. By day, the grass is even, the stones smooth, the shadows steady. The gardens do not vary, they endure. Visitors walk, but the impression remains constant. Each step resembles the next. Each view mirrors the others. Within the gardens lie remnants of Edo Castle, once vast, now reduced to walls and foundations. The stones align in tiers, their surfaces flat, their outlines steady. The castle is no longer presence but persistence. What remains is rhythm, stone upon stone, block upon block, layer upon layer. The ruins do not narrate drama, they proclaim endurance. Trees dominate the gardens, pruned in care, aligned in order. Pines extend their branches, each resembling the next, each pruned into balance. Cherry trees stand in rows, their blossoms falling in spring, their leaves colouring in autumn, their branches bare in winter. The cycle is not variety, it is constancy. The gardens endure through seasons, their rhythm unbroken. Beyond the gardens, the palace itself stands within enclosures, not accessible to most. Its buildings are hidden, but their presence persists. Roofs rise above walls, eaves extend in symmetry, structures align. What is visible is outline, silhouette, geometry. The palace itself is less presence than endurance, less spectacle than persistence. Around the grounds, paths for walking extend in curves and straight lines. Runners circle the moats. Their cadence steady, their rhythm predictable. Visitors pause at bridges, repeat photographs, continue. Each motion is mirrored, each gesture repeated. The palace becomes not a destination, but a rhythm of activity, constant, unchanging. The contrast between palace and towers is constant. Marunouchi's glass reflects light. The palace's moats reflect shadow. Towers rise vertical, trees spread horizontal. Yet both endure in repetition. The towers repeat their windows, the palace repeats its walls. The city is not contrast, it is continuity. The sound of the district is subdued. Cars pass at intervals, trains arrive at stations, footsteps cross bridges. Each sound is rhythmic, each cadence steady. The palace absorbs them, softens them, repeats them. The impression is calm, soporifero. The Imperial Palace is more than history. It is a geometry at the centre of Tokyo, a rhythm that persists through centuries. From shogunate to empire, from war to peace, the structures have changed, yet the constancy remains. Moat, wall, bridge, gate, garden. The forms endure, the rhythm persists. For the visitor, the palace is not narrative, but cadence. The bridges resemble one another. The gardens mirror themselves. The gates repeat their forms. The experience is not one of discovery, but of constancy. The palace does not dazzle, it soothes. In its persistence lies calm, and in calm lies rest. And so, the Imperial Palace and its gardens form another chapter in Tokyo's daytime rhythm. At the centre of the city, amid towers and traffic, it endures as geometry, as repetition, as calm. The palace does not proclaim, it persists. The gardens do not dazzle, they soothe. Together they reveal Tokyo, not as spectacle, but as constancy. In constancy lies calm. In calm lies the path towards sleep. Shibuya is one of Tokyo's most recognised districts, a place where movement and commerce converge in dense patterns. By day it is filled with people, trains, and the rhythm of advertisements, shops, and music. Yet even here, beneath the layers of variety, persists a structure of repetition. The district is not only activity, it is geometry, constancy, rhythm. The centre of Shibuya is the famous crossing, where 5 streets converge before the station. By day, the lights change in steady intervals, and in each cycle, thousands of people cross. They move in multiple directions, but the movement is patterned, predictable, ordered. Step after step, stride after stride, the crowd resembles itself. What appears as chaos is in fact rhythm, a geometry of bodies, repeating endlessly. The sequence continues. The signal turns red, the flow halts. The signal turns green, the flow resumes. Pause, motion, pause, motion. The crossing becomes not spectacle, but cadence. The repetition is total. Each cycle mirrors the one before. Each impression resembles the other. The crowd becomes a wave, the wave a rhythm, the rhythm a calm. Around the crossing rise towers with facades of glass and screens. By day, the screens flash with advertisements. The windows reflect light. The facades repeat their frames. Each tower resembles the others. Each structure persists in vertical lines. The variety of signs dissolves into constancy of form. The towers are not spectacle, they are persistence. Shibuya Station dominates the area, one of the busiest in the city. Trains arrive, trains depart, trains return. Platforms fill, empty, fill again. The cadence is steady, the rhythm unbroken. The station is not confusion, it is order, repeating in predictable intervals. The flow of passengers resembles the flow of water, arrival, departure, return. street does not vary, it endures. To the south lies Tokenzaka, another avenue lined with shops and buildings. By day, traffic flows in predictable cycles. Lights change in steady rhythm. Pedestrians cross at intervals. The impression is not variety, it is pattern. Each signal resembles the next. Each flow mirrors the others. Each cycle repeats. Shibuya is also marked by its statues and meeting points. The most known is Hachiko, the dog remembered for its loyalty. By day, visitors gather, photographs are taken, voices surround the statue, yet the form remains the same. Bronze figure, pedestal, repetition of presence. The statue does not alter, it endures. Beyond the crossing, towers rise. Shibuya Scramble Square, one of the newest, stands in vertical persistence. Its floors repeat in grids of glass. Its windows align. Its outline endures. At its summit, observation decks look over the city, but the city itself is rhythm. Avenue after avenue, tower after tower, district after district. From above, Tokyo is not variety, it is geometry. The sounds of Shibuya are many, but they too follow rhythm. Announcements in the station repeat in intervals. Signals at the crossing sound in cycles. Music from shops loops in patterns. Voices merge into a background hum, steady and constant. The district does not sing, it repeats. The repetition becomes soporifero, the constancy calming. By day, Shibuya's identity is often described as youthful, energetic, commercial. Yet in the slow observation of repetition, its essence is rhythm. The crossing repeats its cycles, the station repeats its flows, the towers repeat their forms, the shops repeat their facades. The impression is not chaos, it is cadence. The pedestrian bridges that rise above the avenues extend in straight lines. Steps lead upward, steps lead downward. Railings align. Lamps stand in intervals. Each bridge resembles the next. Each step mirrors the others. The bridges persist not as passage, but as geometry. Shibuya is also a place of redevelopment. Towers rise, plazas expand, spaces transform. Yet the process itself is repetition. Scaffolding after scaffolding, crane after crane, floor after floor. Change is not disruption, it is rhythm extended. The district does not alter in essence, it endures in cycles. The impression of Shibuya is of constancy beneath motion. Crowds cross, trains arrive, towers rise, shops sell, voices sound. Yet each motion repeats, each impression mirrors, each cycle returns. The district is not variety, it is persistence. The observer, standing at the edge of the crossing, sees the cycles unfold. Red, pause, green, motion. Again, again, again. Each step resembles the next. Each crowd mirrors the others. The station releases people. The crossing absorbs them. The lights guide them. The geometry persists, soporifero, calm. And so, Shibuya becomes another chapter in Tokyo's daytime rhythm. The crossing does not dazzle, it repeats. The station does not overwhelm, it cycles. The towers do not vary, they endure. The district is not spectacle, it is cadence. In cadence lies calm, in calm lies rest. Shinjuku rises to the west of central Tokyo, one of the city's largest and most complex districts. By day, it is filled with towers, trains, and movement on a scale that appears immense. Yet beneath the immensity lies repetition. Shinjuku is not chaos, but cadence, not spectacle, but geometry. Each tower resembles the next, each platform mirrors its neighbour, each step is part of a rhythm unbroken. At its core lies Shinjuku Station, one of the busiest in the world. By day, millions pass through its corridors, platforms and gates. The flow is continuous. evenly spaced, casting steady glow. The corridors are not spectacle, they are rhythm. Walking through them is not discovery, but persistence. Shop after shop, sign after sign, step after step. Above the station, towers rise. The Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building, designed by Kenzo Tange, dominates with twin towers. By day, their facades of stone and glass repeat in grids, their windows aligned, their outlines symmetrical. Floors rise, one upon another, each resembling the next. The towers do not vary, they endure. Observation decks at the top offer views, but the view itself is repetition. Avenue after avenue, block after block, district after district. The city spreads not as variety, but as geometry. Other towers in Shinjuku follow the same rhythm. Hotels, offices, and commercial buildings rise with facades of glass, steel, and concrete. Their surfaces reflect light. Their windows form grids. Their lines align. Each tower resembles the others. Each persists in verticality. Together they form not spectacle, but constancy. The avenues between towers extend broad and straight. Traffic flows in cycles. Signals change in steady intervals. Pedestrians cross at measured pace. Each car follows another. Each signal repeats its sequence. Each crossing mirrors the others. The avenues are not variety, they are rhythm. Kabukicho, the entertainment district, lies to the northeast. By day, its signs are visible, its facades marked with advertisements, but its rhythm is subdued. Streets are narrow, facades aligned, lamps repeat. The impression is not excess, but pattern. Each shop resembles the next. Each sign mirrors the others. Each alley persists in geometry. Shinjuku is also marked by its gardens. Shinjuku Gyoen lies nearby, a large park with lawns, ponds and trees. By day, its grass spreads evenly, its paths extend in symmetry, its trees align in rows. The park persists as order, as repetition, as constancy. It softens the towers, but in rhythm, not in contrast. Both park and towers endure, both repeat, both calm. The sound of Shinjuku is constant, but cadenced. Announcements in the station repeat. Signals at crossings sound in intervals. Voices merge into background rhythm. Cars pass with steady hum. Trains arrive with predictable cadence. Footsteps echo with constancy. The sound is not noise, it is cycle. The history of Shinjuku is one of growth and transformation, from post-war rebuilding to towers of glass and steel. Yet the process is repetition. Buildings rise, others fall, yet the rhythm continues. Construction crane after crane, floor after floor, facade after facade. The impression of Shinjuku is not chaos, though its scale suggests it. It is geometry. The station repeats its flows. The towers repeat their floors. The streets repeat their signals. The gardens repeat their paths. The district does not dazzle. It persists. The observer, walking through Shinjuku by day, does not encounter surprise. Corridors resemble one another. Towers mirror each other. Signals repeat their sequences. The experience is soporifero, steady, calm. The immensity softens into cadence. The cadence guides into rest. And so, Shinjuku becomes another chapter in Tokyo's daytime rhythm. The station does not overwhelm, it cycles. The towers do not vary, they endure. The gardens do not contrast, they persist. The district is not spectacle, it is repetition. In repetition lies calm, in calm lies rest. Harajuku lies between Shibuya and Shinjuku, a district often described as youthful, colourful and expressive. By day, its streets fill with shops, cafes families and visitors seeking fashion and novelty. Yet beneath the variety lies a structure of constancy. Streets extend in order, facades align, windows repeat, lamps stand in intervals. The district is not chaos, it is cadence. The most known part of Harajuku is Takeshita Street, narrow and lined with small shops. By day, it is dense with movement, yet its structure persists. Each shop is narrow, each facade vertical, each sign above the door. The sequence is steady. Shop after shop, awning after awning, window after window. The goods may vary, clothes, sweets, accessories, but the form endures. The repetition softens the variety, dissolving it into rhythm. The sound of Takeshita Street is continuous, footsteps close together, voices overlapping, music from shops looping in cycles. Yet the impression is cadence, not confusion. Each sound repeats, each rhythm returns. The street is not spectacle, it is constancy. Beyond Harajuku Station lies the approach to Meiji Shrine, a vast forested space. By day, visitors enter beneath the great torii gates. Their forms of wood, massive and steady. Each gate resembles the next. Each path mirrors the others. The gravel crunches underfoot, step after step, sound repeating. The shrine itself is a field of persistence. Courtyards aligned, roofs tiled, beams repeating. The forest, the gates, the shrine, they do not dazzle, they endure. Harajuku thus holds both fashion and tradition, both spectacle and rhythm, both variety and constancy. Southward from Harajuku extends Omotesando, a broad avenue lined with trees and architecture of glass and steel. By day, the avenue is filled with movement, cars flowing in steady intervals, pedestrians crossing at signals, shops opening in sequence. The Zelkova trees form a canopy, their trunks vertical, their crowns aligned. The repetition is total, tree after tree, shadow after shadow, lamp after lamp. The architecture of Omotesando is refined, designed by known architects, marked by glass facades, angular forms, and smooth surfaces. Yet beneath the design lies repetition. Windows align in grids, panels repeat across surfaces, steps lead upward in symmetry. Prada, Dior, Omotesando Hills, each building distinct, yet each facade repeating, each rhythm persisting. Luxury becomes geometry, design becomes cadence. The avenue itself extends straight, its scale wide, its order complete. Signals change in intervals, traffic flows in lines, pedestrians cross at steady pace. Each cycle resembles the next, each impression mirrors the others. The avenue is not chaos, it is rhythm. At intersections, facades reflect one another. Glass towers mirror opposite buildings, creating patterns of repetition, reflection upon reflection. The impression is continuity, not disruption. Omotesando does not proclaim variety, it endures in cadence. Shops along the avenue are aligned in facades of glass and steel, each repeating grids of windows, each reflecting light in rhythm. By day, goods are displayed inside, but the structures outside remain constant. The impression is not of goods, but of geometry. Side streets from Omotesando lead back into smaller lanes of Harajuku, where shops are smaller, facades closer, yet the rhythm is the same. Each street resembles the next. Each building mirrors the others. Each step repeats. The transition is not contrast, it is continuation. Harajuku and Omotesando together embody the city's dual identity. One is described as youthful, playful, temporary. The other is refined, elegant, architectural. Yet beneath both lies rhythm, shops repeating, facades persisting, signals cycling, trees aligning. They are not opposites, district is continuous but predictable. Cars pass in intervals, signals sound in cycles, music from shops repeats. Voices merge into steady hum, footsteps echo in cadence. The district is not noise, it is rhythm. The impression for the observer is a calm beneath variety. Takashita Street may appear filled with novelty, or Montesando with design, but both dissolve into repetition. Shop after shop, facade after facade, tree after tree. The district endures, not as spectacle, but as persistence. Walking slowly, the visitor does not encounter surprise. Takashita resembles itself. Omotesando repeats its rhythm. The shrine endures in constancy. The district becomes not discovery, but cadence, not chaos, but calm. And so, Harajuku and Omotesando become another chapter in Tokyo's daytime rhythm. Youthful fashion dissolves into sequence. Architectural refinement dissolves into grids. Sacred shrine dissolves into persistence. The district is not variety, it is geometry. In geometry lies calm. In calm lies rest. Ginza lies to the east of central Tokyo, near the Imperial Palace and Marunouchi. By day, it's a district of wide avenues, luxury boutiques, department stores, and refined facades. Its reputation is of wealth, elegance, and design. Yet beneath the variety of goods and signs lies repetition. Ginza is not spectacle, but geometry, not chaos, but cadence. Its avenues extend in straight lines, its facades align in rhythm, its windows repeat without end. The main axis is Chōdori, a broad avenue running through the district. By day, cars flow in steady intervals, signals change in cycles, pedestrians cross at measured pace. The avenue extends as geometry, lamp after lamp, tree after tree, facade after facade. The repetition dominates. Each intersection resembles the next. Each block mirrors the others. On weekends, the avenue becomes a pedestrian paradise, closed to cars. Tables and chairs are placed in the street, yet even then, the structure persists. The pavement remains aligned. The facades continue their rhythm. The lamps cast steady light. Whether filled with cars or with people, the avenue endures as geometry. The facades of Ginza are designed, often by renowned architects, yet their surfaces repeat in grids. Windows align in vertical lines. Panels mirror one another. Entrances repeat in measured intervals. Prada, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Dior, each brand distinct, yet each facade subsumed into cadence. Luxury becomes geometry, wealth becomes repetition. Department stores dominate Ginza. Wako, with its clock tower, rises as symbol, its windows aligned, its form symmetrical. Mitsukoshi, Tokyo Plaza, Ginza 6, each large, each ordered, each repeating its windows, its entrances, its escalators. Within, goods are displayed, but the structure persists. Floor after floor, aisle after aisle, shelf after shelf. The impression is not variety, but persistence. The smaller streets branching from Chōdori hold restaurants, cafes, and smaller shops, yet their facades align, their signs repeat, their awnings mirror one another. Narrow or broad, grand or modest, the rhythm continues. Each street resembles the others, each block mirrors the next. At night, Ginza glows with lights, but by day, the impression is subdued. The sunlight reflects on glass facades, shadows fall evenly. The rhythm persists. The avenue does not alter with the hour. It endures. The sound of Ginza is constant but cadenced. Cars pass at intervals, signals sound in cycles, voices merge into steady hum. Within department stores, announcements repeat, escalators move in cadence, footsteps echo in is also marked by its galleries and theatres. The Kabuki-za Theatre, rebuilt yet constant, stands with its tiled roof, its white facade, its entrance marked by lanterns. By day, performances may occur, yet the structure itself persists. Tile after tile, lantern after lantern, beam after beam. The theatre does not vary, it endures. The architecture of Ginza shifts through decades. Modern towers beside older buildings, glass facades beside stone. Yet the impression is continuity. Each facade aligns, each window repeats, each street persists. Change becomes variation within rhythm. The district does not disrupt, it continues. The observer, walking slowly, finds constancy. Chōdori extends in geometry. Department stores persist in repetition. Facades align, signs mirror. Each step resembles the next. Each impression repeats. The experience is soporifero, steady, calm. Ginza is often described as the commercial heart of Tokyo, a place of wealth and luxury. Yet its essence, beneath variety, is rhythm. Shops sell goods, but facades align. Lights display novelty, but signals repeat. The district is not chaos, but cadence. Not spectacle, but persistence. The impression is a calm hidden in order. Ginza does not dazzle when seen slowly. It soothes. The repetition of facades, the constancy of avenues, the geometry of structures dominate. The visitor does not encounter surprise, but continuity. In continuity lies calm, and in calm lies rest. And so, Ginza becomes another chapter in Tokyo's daytime rhythm. Its luxury dissolves into grids, its avenues into cadence, its facades into constancy. The district does not vary, it endures. In its endurance lies calm, in calm lies the path toward rest. Akihabara lies to the northeast of Tokyo Station, a district known internationally for electronics, manga, anime, and gaming. By day it is dense with shops, signs, and voices, yet beneath the variety persists order. Streets extend straight, facades align vertically, signs repeat in intervals. The district is not chaos but cadence. Its variety dissolves into pattern, its spectacle into constancy. The main avenue is Chōdori, broad and lined with tall buildings covered in signs. By day, sunlight reveals surfaces of glass, concrete, and painted panels. Each building carries layers of advertisements, each facade covered in text and colour. Yet the repetition dominates. Sign after sign, window after window, panel after panel. The goods promoted may vary, but the structure persists. Facades endure as vertical grids. Advertisements align in rows. Windows repeat. Shops within the buildings are ordered by floors. One level sells electronics, another manga, another games, another figures. Escalators move in steady cycles, carrying visitors upward and downward. The pattern is constant. Floor after floor, product after product, aisle after aisle. The impression is not discovery, but repetition. Smaller streets branching from Chōdori hold clusters of shops. Each narrow street mirrors the next. Each building aligns. Each awning repeats. Signs extend outward, but in cadence. Panel after panel, poster after poster, lamp after lamp. The narrowness does not produce chaos, but rhythm. Akihabara is also known for its arcades, multi-floor buildings filled with games. By day, their lights flash, their sounds loop in cycles. Machines aligned in rows, screens repeating images, buttons pressed in cadence. The variety of games dissolves into sameness of form. Each screen resembles the others. Each sound loops. Each gesture repeats. The arcades are not spectacle. They are constancy. The district is shaped by its role as centre of electronics. Stores like Nijūbashi camera dominate, immense in scale yet steady in rhythm. Floors of goods, aisles repeating, shelves aligned. Televisions display images, each screen showing variations, but all screens aligned, repeating. The effect is not novelty, but persistence. Alongside electronics, Akihabara holds cafes and specialty shops. Maid cafes line the streets, each entrance marked by similar signs, each interior following repetition, table after table, costume after costume, gesture after gesture. The concept may appear unique, but its form is cadence. The sound of Akihabara is dense yet rhythmic. Loudspeakers announce offers, music plays in cycles, voices call in intervals. Cars pass in steady flow, footsteps echo on pavements, signals change in predictable rhythm. What appears loud is in fact ordered. The sound does not overwhelm, it repeats. Railways frame the district. The Yamanote line passes on elevated tracks, trains arriving and departing in steady cadence. The Chō line, the Keihin Tohoku line, others intersect. By day, the trains move with precision, their rhythm unbroken. The station itself is constancy, platform after platform, gate after gate, flow after flow. Akihabara is also associated with subcultures, anime, manga, gaming. By day, shops display posters and figures, yet the impression is rhythm. Case after case, figure after figure, volume after volume. Shelves align, displays repeat, goods mirror one another. The variety dissolves into cadence. The architecture of the district is utilitarian. Tall blocks with rectangular facades, windows aligned, surfaces covered in signs. Some buildings are newer, others older, but the impression is continuity. The district is not defined by single monuments, but by repetition of surfaces. Each block resembles the next, each tower mirrors the others, each street persists. The district's identity as Electric Town emerged after World War II, when stores of electronics filled the area. Over decades, shops expanded, subcultures grew, towers rose, yet the process is repetition. Stall after stall, shop after shop, tower after tower. Change itself becomes cycle, continuity, cadence. The observer, walking through Akihabara by day, encounters not chaos but constancy. Streets extend, shops align, facades repeat, signs may flash, voices may call, but the rhythm persists. Each block resembles the next, each impression mirrors the others. The experience is soporifero, steady, calm. Akihabara is often described as energetic, excessive, electric, yet beneath description lies persistence. The arcades repeat their machines, the shops repeat their shelves, the facades repeat their signs, the trains repeat their cycles. The district is not variety, but geometry, and so Akihabara becomes another chapter in Tokyo's daytime rhythm. The signs do not overwhelm, they repeat. The shops do not vary, they endure. The trains do not falter, they persist. The district is not spectacle, but cadence. In cadence lies calm. In calm lies rest. Amid the towers and corridors of Shinjuku lies a wide expanse of order and calm. Shinjuku-gyoen. By day, it is a garden, a park, a landscape carefully arranged. Yet more than that, it is persistence. Its lawns stretch evenly, its trees align in measured rhythm, its paths extend in symmetry. It is not wild nature, but geometry shaped into calm. The entrance reveals broad walkways leading into the garden. Gates stand in place, their structures repeating. Roof, beam, post, passage. The impression is of transition, but also of rhythm. Passing through, the city softens. surfaces even, their grass trimmed in constancy. By day, people sit, walk, pause, yet the impression is persistent. The grass does not alter, it endures. Step after step, the surface remains the same. Shadow falls across it in steady rhythm. Light shifts, but the field persists. Trees in the garden are arranged in order, some pruned into rounded forms, others allowed to extend, yet aligned in rows. Pines with branches horizontal, cherry trees with blossoms falling in spring, maples with leaves bright in autumn. Each cycle repeats. Bloom, full, colour, bare. The seasons differ, but the rhythm is the same. Each year mirrors the others. Each tree persists in cycle. Paths extend across the garden in straight lines and curves. Paving stones align. Gravel crunches underfoot in steady cadence. Each path leads forward. Each step resembles the next. Each impression repeats. The paths are not discovery, but persistence. Within Shinjuku Gyoen, 3 garden styles coexist: Japanese, English and French. Each is distinct in description, but each is repetition in rhythm. The Japanese garden holds ponds, bridges and tea houses. By day, the ponds reflect sky and trees, rippling steadily. Bridges arch across, their curves repeating, their stones aligned. Tea houses stand with tatami mats, sliding doors, roofs of tile. Each element mirrors the others. Bridge after bridge, lantern after lantern, tree after tree. The variety dissolves into cadence. The English landscape garden opens with broad lawns and scattered trees. Yet even here, the impression is rhythm. Trees are evenly spaced, shadows fall in constancy. The lawns extend in repetition. The openness is not variety, it is geometry. The French formal garden is marked by lines of plane trees, pruned and aligned in symmetry. Their trunks vertical, their branches even, their rows unbroken. By day, they form corridors of shadow, each tree resembling the next, each impression repeating. The form is not wild, it is persistent shaped. Shinjuku Gyoen is also known for its greenhouses, where tropical plants endure in ordered frames of glass and steel. Inside, paths extend in straight lines, plants align in beds, flowers bloom in cycles. Each display resembles the next, each rhythm returns. The greenhouse is not variety, but controlled cadence. The sound of the garden is subdued. Birds call in intervals, footsteps crunch in rhythm, voices merge into hum. The city around is softened, its trains and traffic distant. What remains is repetition, sound after sound, pause after pause, silence between. The garden does not sing, it breathes in cadence. The garden's history is layered. Once an estate of feudal lords, later an imperial garden, now a public park. Yet the transitions are not disruption, they are continuation. The garden has persisted in form, in rhythm, in endurance. Its gates have opened to different audiences, but its paths, trees, ponds and lawns remain. For the visitor, Shinjuku Gyoen is not spectacle but cadence. Entering, walking, pausing, observing, all become part of rhythm. Each tree resembles the next, each lawn mirrors the others, each pond reflects inconstancy. The impression is soporifero, steady, calm. The towers of Shinjuku rise beyond the garden's edges, yet they do not break its persistence. The glass facades repeat their windows. The garden repeats its trees. Both are constancy, both are geometry. The contrast dissolves into sameness. The observer, moving slowly, finds not discovery, but calm. The Japanese garden repeats its lanterns. The English garden repeats its lawns. The French garden repeats its trees. The garden does not vary, it endures. In its endurance lies calm, and in calm lies lies rest, and so Shinjuku Gyoen becomes another chapter in Tokyo's daytime rhythm. Nature here is not wild, but ordered. The lawns do not alter, they persist. The trees do not dazzle, they repeat. The paths do not surprise, they endure. The garden is not spectacle, but cadence. In cadence lies calm. In calm lies rest. At the edge of Tokyo Bay, framed by towers of sheer dome, lies Hamarikyu Gardens. By day, it is an expanse of lawns, ponds, trees, and paths. Yet more than scenery, it is rhythm. A garden from the Edo period, once reserved for the shogunate, now open to the public. It persists as continuity. Amid glass facades and railways, it endures in calm. The entrance reveals wide gravel paths bordered by lawns. Lamps stand at intervals, trees align in ordered groups, gates mark transitions. The impression is not variety, but persistence. Each step resembles the next, each shadow mirrors the others. The garden does not dazzle, it endures. At its centre lies a great tidal pond, connected to the bay, its water rising and falling with the tide. By day, the surface reflects sky and towers, rippling steadily. Ducks swim, their movements rhythmic, their wakes dissolving into water. Wooden bridges cross the pond in arcs, their planks aligned, their posts repeating. Each bridge resembles the next, each reflection mirrors the others. The pond is not variety, it is constancy shaped by tide. On an island in the pond stands the Nakajima tea house. By day, it endures as wood and tatami, roof and veranda. Visitors pause, drink tea, gaze over water. The structure itself persists. Beam after beam, post after post, tatami after tatami. The ritual of tea is repetition, cup after cup, gesture after gesture. The tea house does not vary, it repeats. Other tea houses once stood in the garden, some rebuilt, some remembered only in names. Their presence is continuity. Where one stood, another may be placed. Where one vanished, stones endure. The garden does not disrupt, it continues. Lawns extend across the grounds, their surfaces even, their grass trimmed in rhythm. By day, shadows fall in constancy, people walk in cadence, yet the lawns remain unchanged. Each surface resembles the others, each impression repeats. The lawns are not spectacle, they are geometry. Pine trees dominate the landscape. Pruned carefully, their branches spread horizontal, their forms shaped into balance. Each pine resembles the others, each repetition soothes. The garden is not wild forest, but controlled persistence. The pruning itself is rhythm, branch after branch, season after season, year after year. The garden holds flower fields as well, planted with seasonal blooms. Yet even in bloom, the impression is cadence. Rows of flowers align, beds repeat, cycles return each year. Spring brings colour, autumn brings change, but the rhythm is constant. The garden is not novelty, it is cycle. Paths extend through the garden, some broad, others narrow, but all ordered. Gravel crunches in steady sound, steps fall in cadence, lamps stand in intervals. Each path resembles the next, each impression repeats. Walking is not discovery, but persistence. The sound of Hamarikyu Gardens is subdued. Water ripples, birds call, footsteps echo. Beyond the walls the city hums, trains pass, towers rise. Yet within, the rhythm is different. Sounds return in intervals, impressions mirror one another. The garden is not silence, but cadence softened. History is present in the garden. Once hunting grounds of the Tokugawa shogunate, later a villa for the imperial family, now public. Yet each stage is continuity, not rupture. The pond remains, the pines endure, the tea house repeats. The garden is not past or present, it is persistence. The contrast with Shido's towers is striking, yet not disruptive. Glass facades reflect light in grids. Pines extend branches in repetition. Towers repeat their windows. The garden repeats its trees. Both are geometry, both are constancy. Together they form cadence. Visitors walk slowly, pausing at bridges, at tea house, at ponds. Each gesture is repeated by others, each path retraced. The garden absorbs them, softens them, places them into rhythm. The experience is soporiferous, calm, steady. The tidal pond, unique among Tokyo's gardens, is a symbol of continuity. Its water rises, falls, rises again. The tide does not disrupt, it repeats. The garden shapes that repetition into form: pond, bridge, tea house, lawn. The visitor sees not change but cycle, not variety but rhythm. The impression of Hamarikyu is of persistence. Lawns endure, pines persist, ponds reflect, bridges align. The tea house stands, the paths extend, the sound repeats. The garden does not dazzle, it soothes, it does not vary, it endures. And so, Hamarikyu Gardens become another chapter in Tokyo's daytime rhythm. Edo design persists, modern towers rise, yet both merge into cadence. The garden is not spectacle but constancy. In constancy lies calm, in calm lies rest. Yoyogi Park lies beside Harajuku and Shibuya, a vast open area that extends across central Tokyo. By day it is a place of leisure, walking, cycling and gatherings. Yet beneath the variety of activity lies persistence. The park is not chaos but rhythm. Its paths align, its trees repeat, its lawns extend. It is not spectacle, it is constancy. The entrances to Yoyogi Park are broad, marked by gates, by lamps, by trees in sequence. Visitors pass through in cadence, step after step, shadow after shadow. The gates resemble one another, the lamps align, the impression is repetition. Entering the park is not discovery, but continuation. The lawns spread wide, their surfaces even, their grass trimmed. By day, people sit, rest, walk, cycle, but the surface endures unchanged. Each section resembles the next. Each impression repeats. Shadows fall in rhythm. Light moves in constancy. The grass persists. The lawns are not variety. They are geometry. Trees dominate the park, planted in groups, aligned in rows. Their trunks vertical. Their crowns broad. Their shadows steady. In spring, blossoms fall in sequence. In summer, leaves thicken into shade. In autumn, colours turn in rhythm. In winter, branches endure in outline. The seasons shift, but the cycle repeats. Each year mirrors the others. Each impression persists. The trees are not novelty, they are cadence. Paths extend through the park in wide curves and straight lines. Paved in gravel, bordered by lamps and trees, they persist in rhythm. Each step resembles the next. Each sound repeats. Crunch of gravel, echo of bicycle, cadence of footsteps. The paths are not variety, they are constancy. The fountains of Yoyogi Park rise and fall in steady intervals. Jets of water arc upward, pause, descend, repeat. By day, they reflect light, droplets forming patterns that return again and again. The sound is constant, cycles of rise and fall, repetition without end. The fountains are not spectacle, they are rhythm. Visitors gather in groups, but their gestures repeat. Families spread blankets, couples walk in step, cyclists move in circles, children play in sequences. Each action resembles the next, each impression mirrors the others. Leisure itself is cadence. Pause, motion, pause, motion. The sound of the park is subdued. Voices merge into background hum. Footsteps echo. Bicycles pass with steady rhythm. Birds call at intervals. Fountains sound in cycles. The wind once a military ground, later the site of the 1964 Olympic Village, now a park. Each stage is continuity, not rupture. The land has shifted function, but the form persists. Open expanse, aligned paths, ordered trees. The park does not change. It endures. The impression of the park is calm. Wide space softens the city. Repetition soothes the mind. Lawns, trees, paths, fountains. Each resembles the others. Each impression repeats. The visitor does not encounter surprise but continuity. The experience is soporifero, steady, calm. The towers of Shibuya and Shinjuku rise nearby, visible beyond the trees, yet they do not disrupt the park's persistence. Glass facades repeat their windows, the park repeats its trees. Towers and park both endure as geometry. The contrast dissolves into sameness. Yoyogi Park is also framed by Meiji Shrine at its northern edge. The shrine persists as gates, courtyards, roofs, lanterns. The park persists as lawns, paths, trees, fountains. Together, they form cadence, not contrast. Both endure, both repeat, both soothe. The observer, moving slowly, finds calm in the constancy. Each tree resembles the next. Each path mirrors the others. Each fountain repeats its cycle. The park is not variety, it is persistence. In persistence lies calm, and in calm lies rest. And so, Yoyogi Park becomes another chapter in Tokyo's daytime rhythm. Its open lawns, its aligned trees, its ordered paths, its repeating fountains, all merge into geometry. The park does not dazzle, it endures. In its endurance lies calm, in calm lies rest. Odaiba lies upon reclaimed land in Tokyo Bay, an artificial island shaped by engineering, commerce and leisure. By day it is filled with malls, exhibition centres, offices and promenades, yet beneath its variety lies constancy. The island is not spectacle but geometry, not novelty but cadence. Its structures repeat, its bridges endure, its water persists. Approach to Odaiba is marked by the Rainbow Bridge, stretching across the bay in arcs of white steel. By day, cars and trains cross in steady cycles, their rhythm predictable, their cadence unbroken. The bridge's towers rise vertical, its cables aligned in parallel. Each span resembles the next, each line repeats, each reflection mirrors in the water below. The bridge is not variety, it is persistence. Upon arrival, the island reveals broad avenues and open plazas. Pavements extend in straight lines, lamps align in sequence, trees are planted in measured intervals. The geometry dominates. Each plaza resembles the others, each intersection mirrors the next. The impression is not chaos, it is rhythm. Shopping centres form much of Odaiba's landscape. Aqua City, Diver City, decks Tokyo Beach. Each vast, each repeating floors, escalators, aisles. By day, shops open, goods are displayed, voices fill the halls, yet the structure persists. Floor after floor, shop after shop, aisle after aisle. The variety of goods dissolves into sameness of form. The malls are not spectacle, they are persistence. Outside Diver City stands the statue of a giant Gundam, a symbol of anime and technology. By day it draws visitors, photographs, attention, yet the structure itself is repetition. Joint after joint, panel after panel, outline after outline. The statue does not vary, it endures as figure, as geometry. Odaiba is also home to exhibition spaces such as Tokyo Big Sight, with its inverted pyramids rising above broad plazas. By day, the form appears striking, but beneath lies rhythm. Facade panels aligned, windows black sky and structures rippling steadily. The benches align at intervals, lamps cast steady light, trees form shadows in constancy. Each step along the promenade resembles the next, each impression repeats. The bay itself persists, its waves arriving, pausing, retreating in endless cadence. The artificial beaches of Odaiba spread with sand brought from elsewhere. By day, people walk, sit, gaze over water. Yet the surface remains flat, the waves steady, the impression constant. Each wave resembles the others. Each footprint is erased. Each cycle returns. The beach is not spectacle, it is rhythm. Odaiba's architecture is varied, yet all is absorbed into repetition. Spheres, curves, pyramids, and towers. Each facade repeats panels, each window aligns, each structure endures. The Fuji TV building, marked by its silver sphere, repeats grids of glass and steel. The Pallet Town Ferris wheel, rising in arcs, repeats cabins in sequence, circle after circle. The repetition soothes, the cadence calms. The sound of Odaiba is subdued by space. Cars pass across bridges in cycles, trains arrive and depart at intervals. Voices merge into background hum within malls. Along the water, the sound of waves persists, steady and soporifero. The district does not sing, it repeats. History shapes Odaiba. Originally built in the 19th century as defensive fortifications, later developed into commercial and leisure space, now integrated into Tokyo's daily rhythm. Yet each stage is continuity, not rupture. The land reclaimed, the bridges built, the malls opened, all persist as cycles of construction and use. The island does not alter, it endures. The impression for the visitor is of constancy within variety. Bridges repeat their spans, malls repeat their floors, promenades repeat their benches, water repeats its rhythm. Each step is mirrored, each gesture returns, each impression persists. The experience is soporifero, calm, steady. From Odaiba, the view of Tokyo across the bay is vast, yet it too is rhythm. Towers align, bridges cross, reflections shimmer, repeat, dissolve. The city is not spectacle from here, it is continuity, geometry extending into horizon. And so, Odaiba becomes another chapter in Tokyo's daytime rhythm. Its artificial land does not disrupt, it persists. Its bridges do not vary, they endure. Its malls do not dazzle, they repeat. The bay itself does not alter, it continues. The district is not spectacle, but cadence. In cadence lies calm, in calm lies rest. Tokyo Tower rises in Minato, south of the Imperial Palace, a lattice of steel painted in orange and white. By day it is visible across the city, standing above surrounding buildings. Yet its impression is not spectacle, but repetition. Its beams intersect, its lines cross, its patterns repeat. The tower is not chaos, it is geometry. Approach reveals its lattice structure. Beams of steel extend diagonally, vertically, horizontally, forming triangles, grids, patterns without end. Each beam resembles the next. Each triangle mirrors the others. Each space repeats. The structure is immense, yet its immensity dissolves into rhythm. Step after step upward, beam after beam in sequence, the tower persists. Tokyo Tower was built in 1958, modelled partly on the Eiffel Tower, yet taller at the time of its completion. Its history is one of post-war optimism, broadcasting signals across the city, symbolising renewal. Yet history here is repetition, signal after signal, broadcast after broadcast, decade after decade. The tower endures a cycle as continuity. At the base lies Foot Town, a building of shops, museums, and entrances to observation decks. By day it opens to visitors, but the impression visitors upward. Doors open, doors close. Cables move in cycles. The motion is predictable, unbroken. The ascent is not drama, it is cadence. The main observation deck, at 150 metres, reveals views of Tokyo extending outward in every direction. By day, towers, avenues, rivers, and districts spread in continuity. Shinjuku's towers, Shibuya's crossings, Ginza's avenues, Asakusa's temples, all visible, all persistent. From above, the city does not appear chaotic. It is repetition, block after block, avenue after avenue, tower after tower. The view does not surprise, it soothes. Higher still lies the special observation deck at 250 metres. The impression remains, geometry extended, constancy revealed, bridges cross rivers in repetition, trains move in cycles, towers rise in grids. The city is not spectacle, it is cadence. The tower itself persists as structure. Floors stacked, stairs aligned, beams repeating. At each level, patterns endure, impressions repeat. The tower does not alter, it endures. By day, sunlight casts shadows across the lattice, forming patterns that move, yet repeat. The beams create shapes of triangles, parallelograms, grids. The shadows shift, but the structure persists. Each hour mirrors the next, each impression repeats. The sound of the tower is subdued. Elevators move in cycles, footsteps echo on stairs, voices merge into background hum. The city's sound below, cars, trains, signals, rises faintly, but softened by distance. The impression is rhythm, not noise. Tokyo Tower's role as broadcast centre has shifted, replaced in part by Tokyo Skytree, yet its persistence remains. Antennas extend above, signals continue, visitors arrive. The function may alter, but the structure endures. Around the tower, Minato district extends with temples, parks, and offices. Sōjōji Temple lies nearby, its wooden halls aligned, its roofs tiled, its persistence calm. Behind it, the tower rises, lattice repeating, beams aligned. Tradition and modernity merge into cadence, not contrast. Both endure, both persist, both soothe. Tokyo Tower is often described as symbol of the city, photographed, remembered, recognised. Yet its essence is not simple, but rhythm. Beams repeat, floors align, views endure. Visitors ascend, descend, ascend again. The tower is not variety, it is constancy. The observer, standing beneath, sees beams crisscross in endless rhythm. The observer, standing above, sees city blocks repeat into horizon. Both views are cadence, both impressions soporifero. The tower does not dazzle, it soothes. And so, Tokyo Tower becomes another chapter in Tokyo's daytime rhythm. Its lattice persists, its beams repeat, its views endure. The tower is not spectacle, but geometry. In geometry lies calm. In calm lies rest. Tokyo Skytree rises in Sumida, northeast of the Imperial Palace, towering above the city as the tallest structure in Japan. At 634 metres, it dominates the skyline. Yet its immensity is not spectacle, but rhythm. Its beams intersect, its surfaces align, its vertical form repeats. The tower does not proclaim chaos, it endures as geometry, as cadence, as persistence. Approach to the Skytree begins with its base, a broad plaza surrounded by shops and entrances. By day, people arrive, gather, ascend. Yet the structures surrounding it repeat, shop after shop, facade after facade, stair after stair. The plaza is not novelty, it is persistence. The impression is steady, soporifero. The tower itself rises in gradual taper, its base wide, its form narrowing as it ascends. Steel beams crisscross, forming triangular and hexagonal patterns, each resembling the others, each repeating. not variety, it is constancy. At its base lies Tokyo Solamachi, a shopping and dining complex. By day, it opens with shops and restaurants, goods displayed, visitors moving. Yet the structure persists. Shop after shop, corridor after corridor, stair after stair. The variety dissolves into geometry. The sound of the skytree is subdued. Elevators move in cycles, footsteps echo, voices merge into hum. The city below murmurs in cadence, trains passing, cars flowing, signals repeating. The impression is not noise, it is rhythm. History shapes the tower, built between 2008 and 2012, replacing Tokyo Tower as the city's main broadcasting structure. It was designed to endure. Its height, 634 metres, references Musashi, the historical name for the region. Yet beyond symbolism lies persistence. Signal after signal, broadcast after broadcast, the tower endures a cycle. From above, the horizon dissolves. Tokyo extends outward in constancy, districts merging, rivers repeating, bridges mirroring, mountains faint in the distance, the bay shining, all within cadence. The immensity of view becomes calm when seen as repetition. The city does not vary, it endures. The impression for the observer is of persistence made vertical. The tower rises, the city extends, the horizon dissolves. Each step, each view, each impression repeats. The tower is not spectacle, it is geometry. In geometry lies calm, and in calm lies rest. And so, Tokyo's skytree becomes another chapter in Tokyo's daytime rhythm. Its beams repeat, its elevators cycle, its views persist. The tower does not alter, it endures. The city it overlooks does not dazzle, it repeats. In repetition lies calm, in calm lies rest. Tokyo is not only towers, avenues and stations, it is also rivers, canals and waterways that persist beside the city, shaping its rhythm. By day, their surfaces reflect light, their flows repeat, their bridges align. The rivers do not proclaim variety, they endure as constancy. The city grows around them, but the rivers remain. The Sumida River flows through the northeast of Tokyo, broad and steady, carrying water toward Tokyo Bay. By day, its surface ripples, but its rhythm is unbroken, wave after wave, reflection after reflection. Bridges cross in arcs, their spans aligned, their lamps repeating. Azumabashi, Kototoibashi, Ryogokubashi, each different in name, yet each repeating in form. Steel arches, concrete spans, lines across water. Each bridge resembles the next, each impression repeats. The river is not chaos but cadence. Boats move along the Sumida in cycles, sightseeing vessels shaped like glass domes, water buses connecting districts, barges carrying goods. Each departs, crosses, returns. The wakes dissolve into ripples, the ripples merge into flow. The flow continues. The variety of boats dissolves into rhythm. The river absorbs, persists, soothes. Along its banks stand temples, offices, houses. Facades align, windows repeat, shadows fall in constancy. Trees line the embankments, their trunks vertical, their crowns steady. In spring, cherry blossoms fall into the water in endless cadence, petal after petal, cycle after cycle. The Sumida is not variety, it is persistence. The Kanda River is narrower, winding through central Tokyo. By day, its waters flow beneath railways, beside avenues, under bridges. Its surface reflects trains above, cars beside, trees along. Each reflection repeats, each impression returns. The bridges cross in short spans, simple in form, yet steady in rhythm. One resembles another, one follows the next. Railways above the Kanda form their own cadence. Trains pass in intervals, their sounds echoing over water, The river persists, the trains repeat, together, forming cycle. The impression is not chaos, it is continuity. The Tama River lies further west, wide and calm, forming boundary between Tokio and Kanagawa. By day, its banks are open, covered in grass and gravel. Cyclists ride along paths, walkers move in cadence, families gather in sequence. The river flows broad and steady, reflecting sky, absorbing light. Its bridges extend across, repeating in form. Arch, pillar, span. Each bridge resembles the next. Each impression persists. The Tama is less urban, yet its rhythm is the same. Water moves, pauses, continues. Birds fly above, their paths repeating. People gather, their gestures recurring. The river does not vary, it endures. Canals also shape Tokyo, reminders of Edo's waterways. Narrow, straight, lined with walls of stone or concrete. By day, their waters reflect facades of houses, bridges above, lamps at intervals. Each canal resembles the next. Each impression repeats. They do not proclaim spectacle. They persist quietly. Geometry of water within geometry of city. The sound of rivers is subdued. The Sumida ripples. The Kanda murmurs. The Tama flows broad. Waves arrive. Pause. Retreat. The rhythm is steady, soporifero. Bridges carry trains, cars, bicycles, footsteps, all in cadence. Sound merges into cycle, noise into hum. The rivers do not sing, they breathe. History shapes the waterways. Edo was a city of rivers and canals, trade flowing along water, life structured by bridges. Fires and earthquakes changed the city. Towers replaced houses, but rivers endured. They remain as constancy, as persistence through centuries. The city alters, the water continues. For the observer, the rivers of Tokyo are calm. Each bridge resembles the others. Each ripple mirrors the next. Each flow persists. The impression is not surprise, but continuity. The city may dazzle, but the rivers soothe. In their repetition lies rest. The Sumida, the Kanda, the Tama, all endure as geometry of water. Bridges repeat, flows persist, reflections return. The rivers do not vary, they continue. They are cadence, constancy, calm. And so, rivers and waterways become another chapter in Tokyo's daytime rhythm. Towers may rise, stations may fill, avenues may flow, but rivers persist. They do not proclaim, they endure. In endurance lies calm. In calm lies rest. Tokyo, though vast and dense, contains gardens shaped by centuries of design, where nature is arranged into cadence. Among them, Koishikawa, Korakuen, and Rikukien stand as examples of Edo period landscaping, enduring in form, in rhythm, in constancy. By day, they appear as places of beauty, yet beneath their impressions lies repetition. Each pond reflects sky in steady ripples. Each path curves in measured arcs. Each stone lantern stands in silence. The gardens are not variety, they are persistence. Koishikawa Korakuen lies near the Tokyo Dome, a reminder of Edo period ideals of harmony between Chinese and Japanese design. By day, the garden opens with ponds, bridges, stones, and trees, each arranged with intent. The central pond reflects sky and trees, rippling in cycles. Bridges cross in arcs, their planks aligned, their posts repeating. Each bridge resembles the next, each reflection returns. The garden's name, Korakuen, means garden of enjoyment later, yet its essence is not enjoyment, but rhythm. Paths extend in curves around the pond, gravel crunching underfoot in steady cadence. Lanterns stand in intervals, stones align, shadows fall in constancy. Visitors pause, look, walk, pause again. The sequence repeats, soporifero and calm. Seasonal changes alter details but not essence. In spring, cherry blossoms fall, petal garden does not vary, it endures. Stone lanterns and bridges mark perspectives, their forms aligned, their surfaces repeating. Tea houses stand at edges, their beams, posts and roofs arranged in balance. Each tea house resembles the next, each impression repeats. Tea itself is ritual, cup after cup, gesture after gesture, cadence embodied. The garden dissolves variety into constancy. Rikukian lies further north, a garden built around a large pond, with paths designed for strolling and viewing. By day, the pond reflects trees, bridges and sky in calm cadence. Islands rise within, each shaped into form, each repeating natural outlines. Boats once crossed, now absent, yet the water endures in flow. Paths circle the pond, rising and falling over small hills, crossing bridges, leading to tea houses. Each path resembles the others, each curve mirrors the next, each step repeats. The garden is not variety, it is cycle. Tea houses stand at intervals, simple in wood, their tatami aligned, their doors sliding. Each structure persists, each view repeats. The act of pausing, drinking tea, observing water, mirrors itself in every visitor. The garden is ritual, not spectacle. Trees frame the garden, their forms ordered, their cycles steady. Pines extend branches, maples turn in autumn, cherries bloom in spring. Each year repeats the same, each impression returns. The trees do not dazzle, they endure. Stone lanterns, bridges, islands, tea houses, all aligned, all arranged, all repeating. The variety of elements dissolves into sameness of rhythm. The garden becomes persistence, cadence shaped into form. The sound of these gardens is subdued. Water flows in small streams, birds call in intervals, footsteps crunch on gravel. Voices merge into hum, silence fills spaces between. The sound does not overwhelm, it soothes. History persists in these gardens. Built in the Edo period, maintained across centuries, they have survived earthquakes, wars, urban growth. Their forms may have been restored, but their rhythm is continuous. Pond after pond, bridge after bridge, lantern after lantern. The gardens do not alter, they endure. From within, the city is faint. Towers of Tokyo Dome rise near Koishikawa, but softened by trees. Streets surround Rikukian, but distant in sound. The gardens separate, yet not entirely. They persist as constancy within city rhythm, not in contrast, but in cadence. For the observer, these gardens are calm. Walking slowly, each path resembles the next. Each view mirrors others. Each impression repeats. The gardens do not surprise, they soothe. The experience is soporifero, steady, restful. Koishikawa, Korakuen and Rikukian together reveal Tokyo's persistence of order. Nature here is arranged, shaped, repeated. Ponds, paths, stones, trees. Each aligned, each mirrored, each enduring. The gardens are not spectacle, but cadence. In impressions laid in constancy. The doyo, the sumo ring, lies at the centre, a square platform of clay and sand, rowed by a suspended canopy. Its dimensions are fixed, its form unchanged. Each tournament repeats, wrestler after wrestler, ritual after ritual, bout after bout. Sword is thrown, wrestlers face one another. The match begins, the match ends. The cycle is steady, soporifero. Sumo stables, or heya, are scattered throughout Ryogoku. By day, training occurs. Wrestlers move in cycles, warm up, grapple, rest, repeat. The rituals of preparation, bowing, practice, eating, all follow rhythm. Life in the stable is not variety but repetition. Every day mirrors the last, every gesture persists. The Sumida Hokusai Museum also lies in Ryogoku, dedicated to the artist who depicted waves, mountains, and daily life in prints that themselves repeat in series. By day, its galleries display works arranged in constancy, frame after frame, sheet after sheet, series after series. The impression is cadence, visual rhythm shaped into art. Streets in the district are lined with restaurants serving chanko-nabu, the stew associated with sumo wrestlers. Each restaurant resembles the next. Sign above, entrance below, pots simmering within. The dish itself is rhythm. Vegetables, fish, meat, boiled in sequence, bowl after bowl served in repetition. Eating becomes part of the cycle, not spectacle. Ryogoku is also marked by memorials and temples connected to sumo and Edo history. Stones, lanterns, halls, all aligned, all enduring. They persist in geometry, their impressions repeating. The district is not variety, it is persistence. The sound of Ryogoku is subdued. Trains pass on elevated tracks, their rhythm steady. Voices from restaurants merge into hum. Within stables, shouts and thuds follow cycles. In the arena, drums sound, announcements repeat. The district breathes in cadence. History shapes Ryogoku. Sumo tournaments were held here since the Edo period, first outdoors at temples, later indoors in halls, now in Kokugikan. Each era repeats the same ritual. Wrestlers enter, purify, face, grapple, end. The centuries alter little. The rhythm endures. The Sumida River flows beside the district, its surface reflecting bridges, towers, sky. Boats pass, wakes dissolve, ripples repeat. The river softens the district, merging its rhythm with water's constancy. For the observer, Ryogoku is calm beneath tradition. The arena repeats its tournaments. The stables repeat their training. The restaurants repeat their stew. The museum repeats its prints. The river repeats its flow. The district is not spectacle, it is cadence. Walking through, each impression returns. Banners at the arena, signs at restaurants, sounds of training, silhouettes of bridges. Nothing surprises, everything persists. The district does not vary, it endures. Ryogoku is often described as a cultural heart, where tradition meets daily life. Yet its essence is rhythm. Wrestlers rise and fall, matches begin and end, bowls are served, prints are displayed, bridges reflect. The cycle continues. And so, Ryogoku becomes another chapter in Tokyo's daytime rhythm. The arena does not dazzle, it endures. The stables do not alter, they persist. The river does not change, it flows. The district is not spectacle, but cadence. In cadence lies calm, in calm lies rest. Tokyo, immense and unbroken, stretches outward in all directions. The sequence repeats: pause, motion, pause, motion. Each avenue resembles the next. Each crossing mirrors the others. The city is not chaos, it is constancy. The towers rise vertical. Windows align in grids. Reflections repeat in glass. Shadows fall in symmetry. Shinjuku mirrors Marunouchi. Marunouchi mirrors Shibuya. Shibuya mirrors Ginza. Each tower resembles the others. Each district reflects the others. The city does not vary. It endures. The parks spread within the city's fabric. Lawns extend. Trees align. Ponds reflect. Shinjuku Gyoen, Hamarikyu, Yoyogi, Koishikawa, Rikugyen. Each different in name, but each rhythm in essence. Grass trimmed, trees ordered, water rippling. The parks dissolve into sameness, into cadence. The rivers flow steady. The Sumaida carries reflections of bridges. The Kanda flows beneath railways. The Tama spreads broad and calm. Each river resembles the others. Each bridge repeats its form. Each wake dissolves into water. The city breathes through rivers. Each flow mirrored. Each rhythm unbroken. Temples and shrines endure amid towers. Sensō-ji with its gates and halls. Meiji with its torii and courtyards. Sojo-ji beneath Tokyo Tower. Each repeats, gate after gate. Lantern after lantern, roof after roof. The sacred dissolves into cadence, the ancient into persistence. Stations release their crowds. Shinjuku, Shibuya, Tokyo Station. Platforms fill, empty, fill again. Trains arrive, depart, return. The sequence continues, steady, soporifero. The motion does not overwhelm, it calms in its constancy. Observation towers rise. Tokyo Tower in its lattice, Sky Tree in its taper. Each beam aligns, each floor repeats, each view dissolves into grids of districts. From above, the city is endless repetition. Avenue after avenue, tower after tower, bridge after bridge. The city is not spectacle, it is cadence. Markets persist. Nakamise in Asakusa, Ameya Yokocho in Ueno, shops in Ginza, stalls in Yanaka. Each awning resembles the next. Each facade repeats. Each step mirrors. Goods may vary, but forms remain constant. The markets do not dazzle, they endure. The sound of Tokyo is subdued into rhythm. Cars pass in cycles, trains in intervals. Voices merge into hum. Announcements repeat. Signals sound. Footsteps echo. The city does not sing. It breathes in cadence. Seasons pass over Tokyo, but each cycle returns. Blossoms fall in spring. Leaves turn in autumn. Snow drifts in winter. Heat persists in summer. Each season resembles the others in rhythm. Each impression returns. The city does not alter. It endures. At the bay, water reflects towers and bridges. Otaiba rests upon reclaimed land. Bridges cross. Waves repeat. The sea absorbs the city, its rhythm merging with tides. Each wave resembles the last. Each reflection returns. Each sound repeats. The immensity of Tokyo dissolves into sameness. Districts do not compete. They reflect. Towers do not vary. They align. Rivers do not alter. They flow. The city becomes geometry, cadence, constancy. For the observer, calm arises. Walking slowly, each avenue resembles the next. Each tower mirrors the others. Each park repeats its order. Each river, its flow. The city ceases to dazzle. It soothes. And so, the guide closes. Tokyo by day, immense yet calm, varied yet constant, dissolves into repetition. The districts described fade into rhythm. Shinjuku, Shibuya, Ginza, Asakusa, Ueno, Yanaka, Ryogoku. Each remains, each endures, each persists. The words soften into cadence. The impressions blur into constancy. The city itself becomes rest. Tokyo dissolves into geometry. Tokyo dissolves into cadence. Tokyo dissolves into constancy. Step after step, view after view, shadow after shadow. Repeat, persist, endure. The city fades, the rhythm softens, the cadence slows, the words diminish, the sound subsides, the impression lingers, and then silence.